Hey, peace and blessings, family. Welcome to Sunday Sip with Sisters. I'm your co-host, Sista Ro, Osunleke. Peace and blessings, family. Oops.
What's going on, Facebook land and everybody out there? It's me, Sis Khadijah. How y'all doing out there?
So, sis, how was your week?
I
That
had a
you
really good week. Um, really busy week. I was at your house most of the time though, but a really busy week. Um, Towards the end of the week, it's just, I'm really transparent. It's a little hard sometimes trying to navigate your child as they grow up in life. And oftentimes when we send our children to home, and I'm very, very protective of my son. So when you send them to families home, you just assume they'll be okay. So I got some information that my son was being exposed to some things that I don't support, and being kind of pushed to go against his morals is the way he was raised. And this is by a family member, so he doesn't get to go too many places. So I, kind of thought he would be safe in a family member's home. So I'm not gonna go into details, but they were kind of encouraging some behaviors that I don't support, nor do I tolerate. So it was a little heartbreaking. It was a heartbreak. All family doesn't mean you will. Um, you have to be particular with who you take advice from. It's somebody that he really looks up to. So, I was ready to go over there and whoop their ass, but the 48-year-old about to be 49-year-old on the 20th had to just kind of sit it in the pocket. And then his father stepped up and checked it, you know what I mean? But I was ready to put hands on because don't expose my son to shit because your life ain't turned out how you want it to, especially when you family, you know. And so I had kind of stopped fucking with this family a while ago, and I was encouraged by others how to let my son go around, but I would never think they would try to steer my son into a direction that was counteractive to who he is as a person. So, yeah, that kind of fucked me up a little bit.
Hmm.
So that's been my weekend
So
and
hold on.
towards the end of my week.
Okay, so hold up. I'm not gonna go into details, but I think Khadijah, there's a conversation here because I feel like sometimes in the black community we like to talk this life's too short to be holding on to grudges. This is stupid shit motherfuckers say when they don't know what's going on. So we come with the
Hmm.
take the abuse. It's okay for people to fuck your kid up or fuck you up, or excuse me for like saying it all like that at the beginning. How do you balance that rhetoric that black people like to talk to say when they don't even know what that is? Because a lot of people's issues as adults came from when they were children, when they were being exposed to people.
Hmm. How I deal with it, I had to call the person and basically say, "Don't expose my son to this. Don't do this with my son." And it's gonna be. I mean, he can when he's 18, he can choose to do what he do, but he won't no longer be going to that relative's home for any type of anything because I send him to. I allow. It's very few places he's allowed to go anyway. But when I send him to family, I feel like he's safe there. He's protected there. They were raised partially by me and our other family members, so they know what our moral compass is, and this is way off the fucking compass for our family. There are certain things we just do not expose minors to. Period. We don't talk about our personal sex life with our children. We don't sit and get
Mhm,
high with our kids. We don't condone
mhm,
them to go out and cuss grown-ups out. We teach them to respect people. So it was in complete conflict with the way this person was raised. So it was a very hurtful. Good morning. I mean, good evening, Tasha. So it was very hurtful. But I had to confront the person to let them know I know what you did. You're exposed. Now you're on alert that I know that you're a fucked up individual morally. And my son won't have any dealings with you until he's old enough. And it was really hard for my son because he lives with this person so much. And then when I called the person, they tried to distow like, oh no, no. He gave me the whole fucking background where you were trying to pressure him to do things that he should not have been doing as a minor. He's not a grown up. He may have a beard. He may be 6'5", but he's a fucking minor. So I had to remind people of that. And then my husband said, what if I exposed your son to that? How would you feel? And they kind of, the person that take accountability, they had to call back and then apply. Didn't call me back, called my husband back because my husband's from Compton. Y'all know him as quiet, calm Terrence, but he got a streak in him. If the beast come the fuck out, it's gonna come out. And so they came back and apologized. But I was more hurt and irritated at the fact that this person would do that, knowing how I get down. You know what I mean? And knowing how our family gets down as a whole. This is not a stranger. This is a family member. So I would just say, and to people who say stuff like, oh, don't live in the past, don't hold grudges. Well, then you know what? You go ahead and play Russian roulette with your life. When I see a person is no good for me, it's no need for me to continue to be around you, to interact with you, family or not. Yeah, life is too short to hold grudges, but it's also too short to put up with bullshit that can cost me prison time because I was ready to put hands on. So yeah, some things you have to avoid. For the people that say that, if you have the forgive and forget mentality, good for you. That's not for everybody, and you don't know the dynamics behind. Before I would like people say, I ain't talking to this person in my family for 20 years. I'd be like, what? Now? I think I'm going on year 4 for some people. Cause I'm through with the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like life is really too short. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, that was just my spiel. I was that was towards. I had a great week, and people always say the devil's busy. No, niggas is busy. Energy is busy. This had nothing to do with the devil. This was somebody that just has a mean way of that they really don't like me because I'm very blunt, and I don't. When we had a situation a few months ago, everybody kind of jumped on the bandwagon, and I stood on the truth. I stood on what's right. I don't go where it's popular. I stand on what's right. So people had an issue with me since then, and that's fine. That's fine, but you're not going to try to expose my son to some bullshit that I don't tolerate. So that was my week was going great to the end, and it continued to go great. I went to my buddy's 50th birthday party yesterday from high school. We go back 3,500, but we go back all the way to then. So it was good to be around some people that were, good energy, good music, and they did a beautiful slideshow for him. And it's good for him to be able to see all his get all his accolades while he's here. We always do slideshows for funerals, so I thought it was super dope that they did one for him at 50th birthday party. So that was my week and my weekend. How are you, sis?
I'm good. Hold on. I'm great. First of all, I went to that party with you. And if y'all don't
Right.
know, say the brother's name. Let's give him a
Look,
shout
I
out
look.
instead of
That's Pastor Delbert Burrell of St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church. I never realized how short I am. Shut up, Londa, because I know you always say it, but we look like midgets compared to Delbert. Well, little
but that
people.
was tall.
But yeah, and his mom, his mother Jackie Burrell, she always so fly. Like she's so fly, y'all.
Beautiful.
She's fly. But yeah, so that was my weekend and everything. So yeah, happy birthday to brother Pastor Delbert. His wife, I call her Queen Lady Katana. They call her Lady Katana. She's a queen to me. So Queen Lady Katana, she did an awesome job putting this together for him. It was beautiful. I loved all the stories that his aunt and his mom said, and his uncle. Really fun. It was just a good energy and good time. So happy to be able to be amongst the crowd to celebrate. How your week?
Well,
How was your week last week?
my week's going great. Like I'm getting things in order. You know how that goes, and still able to get good work done. I feel good, and I also feel, Khadijah, I feel very just I feel good since disconnecting people and then gaining new
Mm,
friends and new sisters and new. So I'm
that's
grateful that
beautiful.
I have. I call it leaving the niggerdom, where you just don't take
Mm.
things to be inside of a false sense of the black nation, black family, like all that bullshit.
Mhm.
Like I feel like if we could just X out the abuse and the fake love, I think that's why black people have more hypertension than any other group. And as much as we want to blame this shit on
Mhm.
racism, we only encounter racism when we leave our house.
Mhm.
So it can't really
Mhm.
be that because we spend more time in the house than we do out the house, most of us. Some of that
That's
shit,
real
why
talk.
our hypertension is high and diabetes and all this other shit, is because we're living in a lot of toxicity, but then we want to call this shit like it's okay. You don't want to call nobody out. You don't want to hurt
It's
people's
part of our
feelings.
culture. No, it's not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's not. And I'm really sick of, for some, the male fragility. Always have to consider how the fuck it's gonna make him feel. I don't want to fucking do that. Nigga, just feel it. If it ain't right, change it. You know what I mean? But people adjust and shit,
And
so your feelings wouldn't be so fucking fragile. I'm sick of that shit. Been sick of it.
mhm. And the
But
purpose of feelings is for you to feel something. Sometimes you got to go through the shit. Nothing we can call you through. You need to go through your feelings to get your healing if that's what you're trying to get. Go ahead. See my bad.
so, Tasha, you'll have to reach out to Khadijah privately, and maybe she'll extend that to you.
Oh yeah,
But
I'll
she's on
break it down to you, Tasha.
Yeah. So, but that leads us to our first topic. Oh, wait. Before we get to the topic, hold. Let me see if I can pull these things up. Couple of announcements, family, because I'm always big up on. I like to expose people to stuff.
Hey,
So,
Shauna. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
hey sis, how you? It's your beautiful self. So don't forget
Right.
on the 27th of this month, we have our second annual Youth Summit. This year, the theme is Black Girl Essence. And this is going to be held at the Emoja International Academy, which it's been renamed from Kit Carson. Thank God. And please come sign that little scammy is when you can scan it and sign young people up. but we need to have our young people, girls, females, come and connect with each other. It's going to be a day of fun and connected, and the food's going to be slam. It's going to be soul food, Caribbean food, African food. So that way we can get a taste of
Mhm.
ourselves. So come and check that out. The
And you don't
next,
have your other flyer up, but you have your what it means to be 18. That's coming up as well. Let me try to find the flyer for that. Go ahead.
okay, no
Because that's
worries for
coming up
that,
on
Keisha.
what day. Okay.
I'm trying to just hit a few, flyers so we can get into our show today. Then we also have our dear sister. You can explain this one, Khadijah.
This is Kicks for Kids, and this is put on by All Things Indie Podcast, Elisa and Delroy Anthony of Kingdom Clothing, and they had to push it back. They didn't get a lot of donations this time around, so and they don't want to do anything half-assed. This is not their. They've been doing this for years, um, and so this Kicks for Kids, and they're look at they give new and used clothes. They feed people. They have jump house out. They have it's a really good community event. You see everybody out there really just kind of communing and being together and have a good time and being able to get clothes and shoes and toys. So they do a great thing. So that's Kicks for Kids back to school backpack and toy shoe drive. So they do it a few times a
Okay.
year.
All right. Then the next and but the last one before we get into our subjects. Hold on, I'm kind of lost up in here. Okay, we go. Bam. All right. And then the last one, a lot of things we talk about that's wrong with our society, but I always have to give respects to a brother when they decide to jump in the fray. And so we got brother Michael B, Mike Benjamin, running for school board. So y'all,
Yeah,
let's give him a shout out. And go to his website, mikebenjamin.org. The brother's running for the school board. He's a good brother to have. If we can get him on that school board, when we get him on, he's going to be,
absolutely.
he does listen. He's really for the people. I mean, he's a good brother. And, even though I just sit up here and say, oh, God, I guess without a male fragility, he's one of the few brothers you can tell the truth to, and he ain't gonna be in his feelings. He'd be like, "Sis, you right,"
That
or
part.
how can we fix that, or what's your plan, or whatever. And so I definitely think we should get behind Mike Benjamin for school board. We gotta have, and one of the things Mike B too. He's of my generation. He's of our generation. It's nice to see young brothers, jumping in there. We know that Black people have a lot of
Absolutely.
traumatic experiences with school, so we can't deny that. But I always say it takes a lot for a person to say, "Well, let me jump in there and do the
Let
part
me
I can do."
that part. And
Yes,
you
sissy.
also have one gone thing too on your messenger, sissy.
Okay, I got to pull that up. So I didn't have that. Okay,
Um,
um, so let me get
yeah.
that. Go ahead. You
But yeah,
said you
Mike B,
want
that's a really a dedicated. He's a man with integrity, and that's him and Brother One Gone are both two black men that are in it that do this work. They have integrity because that goes a long way. You know what you see on Facebook and what you see in public is who they are in private. And they have
yeah,
integrity, and that's very important because some people move out here and they're one way on TV and they're one way online and they're one way in social media and they're totally different without it. They have zero integrity and no morals. So Mike B and Brother One Gone are two brothers that have integrity. And so we'd be blessed to be able to have him in a position to be able to make some changes and have a voice and a seat at the table. So I think that is super dope. And while she's looking that up, we have Brother Wangon has a Young Men's Summit coming up on May 4th. I believe it's at the Fruit Ridge Collaborative, and it's from 10 to 2 p.m. Yeah, so sponsored by the Center Elevate Youth California Behavioral Health. So Young Men's Summit. So got
so
any
there it is.
questions, you can reach out and contact Brother Wangon.
All
Miss
right,
Tim.
we got
Young
that.
Men Summit May 4th,
Here we go.
10
Here
to
we go.
2.
Brother Tim, you can call him at 916-889-0105. Brother Wongong.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, all right.
So a lot of the
There's a
mothers
lot.
and grandmothers who are raising these boys, that would be a good summit for them to be at. If there's not a strong male presence in your family or in your home or your neighborhood, that'd be something good for them to be able to be at.
Right on, right on. So sis, we got some interesting topics. I don't even know where to start.
So let's just jump
Yeah.
in.
Okay. Yo. All right. Before we jump into these topics, how do you feel, Sissy, about Iran has now jumped into this war? What is your thoughts on that?
Like once again, I don't have any thoughts about that. Not really my concern.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
have any. What are your?
Okay.
And I heard them. America just sent some people over there as well. Now
They
that's
did.
going to be concerning because
So
they can
the
come over
whole
here and
fight is
tear us
not
the hell up.
my concern. Yeah, the whole fight is not my concern. My only thing is the only reason why I feel like I'm paying attention to it is that I know
Mm,
somehow that shit's going to end up over here because
absolutely.
the Middle East is the first one that's surrounded by Arabs. Um, Jewish people don't have the best track record right now in terms of not Jewish people, but Israel itself.
Israel.
Because I'm not even
Israel.
messing with either one of them. None of this is my concern. However, I do know that the people that they're fighting, they're all here, and these are not people who fight um, thinking about history of where they are because
Mm-mm.
they believe in Allah. They believe that they're doing what's best by their understanding. I just don't understand why they always at war if they believe in Allah, but I don't know. I'm not Arab, so I don't know. I do know there's a difference between religion and people's ethnicity.
And people.
So I just know I do know that one of the um, one of the prophecies is that the next big war will be here. We think it is
World
going
War
to be in
Three.
the Middle East, but I could clearly see like if America is supplying all of the bombs and guns. You know how like old people say you want to
Mm-hmm.
get to the people that's you want to really affect the person that's attacking you. You got to go to who's basically sending them to
Funding it.
attack you.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So why Biden is sitting there like we support the right for Israel to be? It's like nigga, shut your ass up. Like, dude, this shit,
It's
your
real.
old ass ain't gonna be out there in the fatigue. You ain't Fidel Castro. You ain't gonna be out there with fatigues on the field. You don't even know where you are half the goddamn time. However, this is the one thing about people being old and senile and being an old white man is he's sticking to his shit on Israel. He ain't changed that up yet. So he ain't too old and
Um,
senile.
that
Just
part.
saying. So I don't know, Khadijah. Then you know it's gonna be us, fighting these damn battles. Like who they sent? They just said 2,500 Marines and some other shit.
Yep.
Like, why we
Oh,
gotta go there? Won't you take your ass over there, Mr. President, since you like to talk that shit? I'm gonna sound like I'm in the street.
ain't gonna lie. You're gonna be
But
the
you know
death
what
of
I
me.
mean? That
Mm-hmm.
shit is ridiculous. Like when you be talking that yang yang, it's people popping that yang yang, but you ain't going over there, sir. Send Hunter's ass. This nigga high half the time. Send
Go
his
ahead,
ass over
said
there.
popping that yang yang. I can't with
This
this
shit
one
is
here.
crazy.
12 of their people were bombed by Israel and they are going after them. They had nothing to do with the war between them. They did send a warning to us to not get involved or there will be more to come. So, yes, I am paying attention also.
Yes, yes. And you know
And
what?
I
So
and
here's
I don't think it's by accident that all I don't we've been talking about all these different temples everywhere. And now they have like tarps up like they training for some shit. Like we ride by one all the time on Bradshaw, I think in Gerber or Bradshaw and Cal, one of them. And it's like they in that mother, they training. Like they're training for something. And there are a lot of people that from there that now live here that have power, that have land, that have resources. So yeah, I'm paying attention in that regard. But yeah,
that's I mean,
it's about to get real. It's about
yeah.
to get real.
So I don't care. I don't care if they bomb each other back to the Stone Age. I'm just saying one of the things I do know about people is that they tend to pull in people who ain't got shit to do with it. And the one group that people tend to like to fuck with is us. It's weird. Like it's really weird. It's like America ain't gonna give you shit for us. So why you fucking with us? But we sometimes be around people that they're trying to get to. Like,
Hmm.
sometimes it ain't safe in the hood. Then you move out the hood and take your chances with white people because you think you know them. And then they come over there and fuck with them. I say all the time when I would fly a lot, I say if they shot this motherfucker out the sky, it ain't nothing personal to me. I was just on my way to St. Paul's do some work. I just happened to be on this flight. It was not that they were
Hmm.
attacking Black Wanda. Wanda happened to be on the
And
plane with their target.
that part. And if you notice, y'all, it ain't like they come and bomb the middle of Harlem or they come and bomb
No.
Oak Park. They
Yeah.
wanted to hit the World Trade Center. They hit the Pentagon. They was hitting pivotal points that they thought were important to them. I'm with you on that. So yeah,
Yeah. That, I
we
don't
just
think it'd be
sometimes
nothing
we're
but
just
that.
casualties of the war. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
black
we
people
just
are
happen to be there.
often
Yeah.
casualties of
Yeah.
the war.
So I know that sounds jacked up, but get your mind right because I feel like this shit gonna go down, and so you ain't gonna be able to run to Walmart and get food and shit like that. She said like the
Bridges,
bridges.
yeah, Tasha,
That
bridges. Yep, yep.
got that. Yeah, I didn't even be like it's just interesting. I don't even know if we really paying attention to this
They are
shit.
hitting us
But
economically. Yes, they are. Yep.
yes, yes.
Yep.
So if it's
I
fuck
agree.
y'all food stamps, don't y'all get mad. Like y'all should be saving up. If we was old school black people, you would have your canned goods and shit, and your pot and
That part.
your little what you call it grill ready in case you may not be able to get your electricity. I'm just
And
saying
when
the
you
shit
can
because
and
everything
everything.
now is everything now also is electronic. So it makes
Now
things
everybody
like
better and folks better get them landlines back. We all got landlines through our internet. Y'all better get them landline phones back.
yeah, because you may need them. I just think it's gonna get really
Hmm.
real. But until it gets really real, okay, Khadijah, I gotta go with the top. This is the story that disturbed me the most before I bust open because I don't even
Let's
like to
go
see
jump
shit like
into it.
this. I just felt like,
Why do you
uh,
think they are building bunkers? We need to pay attention. That part, Tasha. That part.
yeah,
Yep.
same thing. You think that's why they was building tunnels in New York City? The Jewish people. You think they know something we don't know?
Hell yeah.
Because
Hell
most
yeah.
niggas don't even have basements. Those niggas was
And we
like, what
too
is
busy trying
what
to
is that?
get our she sheds and man caves together. We ain't think about no goddamn bunkers.
Did you
We
say
just
she
being
shed?
honest.
It's the way you said she
Yeah,
shed.
she shed.
Okay, this story right here disturbed me, Khadijah. So tell me about this story. I just
This is a Georgia man who added antifreeze into breast milk for his newborn daughter in order to avoid paying child support is sentenced to prison. Y'all, what has the black community come to? Like he could have been like every other brother who don't pay child support and keep fucking running. You trying to kill the baby with antifreeze?
she
I
survived
hope
though.
they beat his ass in jail. The baby survived. That's why I said try. But they should beat his ass
See,
in jail. Like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It is
so
turning my
this
stomach too. That's why I sent it to you.
yeah, this is what I say, Khadijah. But to be honest with you, this is where I don't want to hear nothing about the white man. I just don't fucking want to hear that. I just don't want to hear. I was talking to somebody this week, and God was with me because I felt like if he had started talking about the white man, I probably was going to explode on his ass. This was really true because it's like I'm not defending white people, but I just know we are the original people. We created them, so you don't get to. That's like me blaming kids when their parents do shit, huh?
Yeah, that part.
Your ass is you put them here. So I just feel like when I see stuff like this, I just feel like he don't need to go to jail. I think we should make him drink some antifreeze and
Hmm.
let him sit the
And
fuck in the
then
corner.
and
Be
then
helpless
throw a
like the
match down
baby.
his throat and burn his
Yeah,
ass up.
be helpless like the child. Let him drink some. I just shit like this. We should send his ass to in the Middle East and let him go out there and fight with his antifreeze.
That part.
You got to take the
And
antifreeze
this
with him.
is
Look at this baby.
what do you think has happened to the black community where I'm
You
not
think he
trying
didn't
to
have
say be
a
a
job?
deadbeat
Go ahead.
dad. Not a deadbeat dad. I'm not saying to be that, but so many motherfuckers they don't take to try to kill a child for pay child support. Like this is crazy.
What are you gonna pay? $50 a month?
Yeah, or 127, but this is crazy. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I
Um,
think that's sad. And I know you had asked me like, do you think there are like signs that people miss, when they get with a mate to
yeah.
kill, like mates that do stuff like this. And I was kind of sharing, like, I don't know if I
First
don't
of all,
know if
this
I would
dude,
ever
first of
think
all, this dude is
the
ugly.
father of somebody's child, yeah, that part, the father of somebody's father would try to kill them with antifreeze. But then there are signs of how they handle the baby, if they're aggressive with the baby. You know what I mean? Some people, the shaking baby syndrome or holding them too hard or, pulling their arms. So I don't know if it was any signs for her to have known, but I just wonder what the mom thinking like, damn, I had a baby with a crazy person because that's crazy.
I really don't understand, Khadijah. I don't understand. I just feel like I'm thinking about the child, like what she must have felt when babies are helpless. Babies are helpless. Like, why would you
And that's
attempt to do something to a helpless child? Like, I don't understand that. Seriously, I'm really struggling with that, Khadijah. I don't understand,
yeah,
like,
because
why
there
you would
is
do.
no rationale for it. There's no rationale for it. So I don't think anybody of sane mind is going to be able to understand because this shit is ridiculous. Absolutely. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't think anybody will ever understand or be able to wrap their mind around that.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so that's let me get this shit off the screen because every time I look at this big nose bastard, I just feel like don't throw this nigga in
Mm-hmm.
jail. Just get rid of the motherfucker. We don't need his
Yep.
ass no way. Ain't like we need to waste food on him or something like that. Like absolutely not. You know. But on another note, I'm gonna go to the other extreme and pull up my dude Godfrey. Oh wait, before we get to
Right.
Godfrey, gotta get to this dude right here. Tell us about this dude. I like his waves
Well,
in the front though.
the brother, he's out of Texas. He posed as a pastor because anybody can get in the pulpit and we black people just follow him like, oh, the Messiah's back. A man posed as a pastor in a small church and had 10 wives, including one in Virginia. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison for bigamy.
So wait a minute, you
I
can
thought this was
actually
interesting. Huh?
also you can actually go to jail for having more than one wife.
That's bigamy. Yep. That's bigamy, especially when I think he was mad, like actually like getting marriage certificates, like and really going all out. Because a lot of people have wives, and it's only between them. Like it ain't no official paperwork. We ain't filed shit. We ain't did this fool really thought he was. I don't know what he thought, but
Oh wait
yeah,
a minute.
he
Excuse me, forgot you all. So wait a minute. So this basically saying Coleman fraud activities began in 2001 with his first marriage to a woman in Virginia. Over the years, he traveled to various states, including Delaware, Idaho, Kentucky, Nebraska, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Texas, where he continued his scheme, marrying more than 9 women. 9 women or
and I
more.
believe he was convicted in Texas. That was
Now,
his
my thing
last
is,
stop. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. This
really,
fool really act like he could legally marry all these people. You know what I mean? Like
Pennsylvania, he
this
should have
slow
stayed,
people.
bro. You should have stayed in Pennsylvania.
It's
Because
slow
they got
people
Muslims, and
everywhere.
I'm pretty sure they got more than one wife. They probably don't file
And
no
they have
certificate.
Amish. And they have a lot of
Yeah,
Amish who have more than one wife
yeah.
in Pennsylvania.
But
It's a high Amish community there. So
do
yeah,
you
this is
think any of this has to do with him being black?
what do you mean? Being a bigamist
Because
or being
there's a lot of
charged?
people who are bigamous. There's a lot of Muslims that you know what I'm saying? Like,
But they yeah, but I think the difference between them is a Muslim man will do a private ceremony, nothing with the state, no paperwork filed,
okay,
and y'all just Muslims in y'all religion. This fool literally was going around, marrying people. That's the
okay.
difference. A lot
Wait a
of
minute.
Muslims, they do is shahad, and then we marry. Nigga, like this just privately. Me, you, and the pastor know. Me, you, and the imam. And they have wives up and down the
Right
Muslim
on.
coast.
So hold on. I think this is going to explain what I just said. Hold on. As I read further, so my reading is fundamental, right? It says,
Some states,
hold on.
Tasha
It
says
says in
some
December
states it is not legal to
2021,
marry.
one of Coleman's wives revealed in an interview that they have been married within a month of the meeting because she believed he was a genuine man of God. However, see, that's that when you see the however, it's like, oh shit. However, once married, the women found themselves financially supporting Coleman, covering his housing, food, and bills while he moved on to the next victim.
He was out there pimping. That ain't nothing but pimping with a name on it. He just wasn't hoeing them out there was paying for him because all the hoes pay for the pimps. So that's all he was doing. He was, spreading it. Latasha says some states it is illegal to marry more than one person legally. Yeah, in most states, I believe, um,
Okay.
it's illegal. But this fool was literally like getting paperwork, like he left a whole paper trail. And he looked like a little arrogant, cocky ass man. Look at the picture.
He also
He
look like
looked
he
so
ain't straight.
cocky.
He don't look straight to me.
Yeah, probably not. That's why he had that's why it was an overkill for all the women. Because a good, secure man is good with one good wife. It'd be them insecure down low brothers, in my opinion, that got to have all these women to prove that they can get some tail.
Did he? Huh?
Just my thoughts.
No,
Feels
I
like he
agree.
hang with Bobby Jones.
Yes, I'm feeling Bobby Jones. Yeah, and I like
He
Bobby
feel like
Jones.
he hang with
I do.
Bobby Jones.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Why do religion make people lose their damn minds? Not all of us, but sometimes people, it's always this calling. Like I can almost respect the calling of a flat out pimp. Like I'm called to pimp the whatever. But it's like with the religion, then they have this cloak of God. Like people just being an arrogant dude running around marrying people without the look of trying to be a pastor. I could be like, huh, but it's
But
when you
see,
quote it and stuff.
the pastor part is the buy-in for some people. The
Okay.
religion is the buy-in for some people. That thing that the religion kind of makes them different than the average Joe that's just going around being a polygamist and having multiple wives. That they think that religious cloak is going to make him somehow more genuine, somehow more loyal, somehow more dedicated, somehow more honest. Because when you be talking religion, you're
Mm,
supposed to be obedient to the word of God. So I think that's the buy-in, or they get the women to buy in. And a lot of people, I'm gonna be the first lady. I bet you half of them wanted to be the first lady, didn't know it was 8 or 9 others before them. So they was really the ninth or 10th lady. But I think the religion sometimes is, even when it comes to being to Muslim
that's
men,
true.
the buy-in for some women is, oh, he's Muslim. So the man's supposed to provide, maintain, and protect. And then he make you get on welfare like the other 8 wives he got. And you know what I mean? But that's the
That's
buy-in for
true.
some people, is the religion. And these men they don't even have relationship with God themselves. They wouldn't be doing people like this if they really had a relationship with God. Now they may have relationship with their God,
Mm,
depending on what they worship. You know what I mean? But not the God, not the Creator. They have their own. And yeah, the religion I think is a buy-in. It really, really is.
okay, that makes sense. You explained that so well because I thought to myself, like, damn, like what? I don't understand this too well.
Just think
You
about it. When
understand what
women
I'm
meet men in church or in the mosque, they don't even they already have a step up than the brother you meet at the club, or the brother you meet on the bus stop, or the brother because they're somewhere they're in a religious place. So you feel like they, not as worldly, or they worldly but trying to control it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like wolf in sheep's clothing. They come through a
saying?
spiritual aspect, and these niggas ain't nothing but pimps. Some states, oh, y'all remember that. So yeah, they ain't nothing but some straight up pimps, in my opinion.
Wow. No,
This is just all
that
my opinion.
yeah. No, but you make sense. I just feel like, damn, what is it with the religious part of this? Like, why you gotta be a pastor? Why you just can't be a dude on a mission? I don't know. I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't really know, Khadijah.
Why you couldn't be like Nature Boy, who just was out here saying he was going to do it? His
Right.
was religion too, but he wasn't acting like he was a pastor. Them people were just dumb enough to follow him. But the real question: which woman stayed after finding out that this was his hustle, especially if they think they can change him? Yeah, yeah. And a lot of women, we talked about this, I think, last week, but me and you, Lonnie, not on here, but how some women think
Yeah.
they have the power of the P to change a man. Like he's 55 years old, been cheating
Good
since he
luck
was
with that.
19 years old, and now you got the powerful P, and he gonna leave all the other women alone, and he gonna just be with you. Like, it's delusion. It's delusion.
I just
And I
don't get
wonder
it.
what the ages are with the women. That's what I wondered too. Was it a bunch of young people? Was it some old seasoned hoes? Like, who was it? I'm just curious, but
Was
and
she
not
an
curious,
equal
but I just be
opportunity? Was it equal opportunity person who married whoever? I don't know.
that part.
Mhm. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Okay, let's jump over this to the National Association of Collegiate Intercollegiate Athletic announces policy to ban transgender athletes from women's sports. Why do you think this came up?
Well, I think probably they were probably up against some little white ladies or something, because they don't give a damn we play against us and stuff. And I think that something went wrong. I think it's a great thing though, because they should have their own lanes to be in, because they really are a unique group of people. So they should have their own unique uh category for just them to compete against each other. I just seen a boxing match where a transgender man who used to be a woman was knocked out, I think, in 18 seconds because she was going up against a man, and she had been training, and she had the full beard, had did the whole transformation, and take her hormones, and got knocked out in 18 seconds. So I think they
Damn.
just need to have a lane of their own, because they are a unique people. They need to have a unique group just for them to compete against each other. What are your thoughts?
Great. I feel like I really think the transgender athletes in this case should have the transgender athletic league. And
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure people will come out to see a woman who now the man and a man is not a woman be equally yoked and competing against each other.
Hmm.
Just my thought.
I
I
agree.
really believe because I just that to me that's like I don't know. We know that it's unrealistic to have a man who thinks he's a woman. I mean, hell, I think I'm rich, but if I walked into where rich people go to buy a car or whatever, they'd look at me like, "You ain't rich." But I feel like I'm rich. It's a feeling.
Mm.
I just feel like if they can compete with people who are where they are, like I think there should be a third bathroom. This is just my opinion. I feel like this is the bathroom you can go into. If whatever you think you are, you can go right into this bathroom. But I don't want to see them in the bathroom. I don't. I don't. I'm not caring about your safety. You don't care about mine. How does this make sense? You think they should have a right, if you're a man that's not a woman, to go into the woman's bathroom, not considering my safety as a real woman.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense to you? But to
All right.
me, especially when it comes to trans so-called women, it's really man's way of saying this is who I think you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't really have no safety. You really don't have. And the thing of it is, I think people are getting about sick and tired of this shit because partly in the way they're bullying their way through.
I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying? That's all right.
Yeah.
I think they're bullying their way through, and I think y'all gonna have strange bedfellows. Like for me, I don't mind standing with somebody who we may think is racism, but if this person, me and him agree on some shit, I'm gonna be with his ass
Mm-hmm.
because my safety is bigger than your fake unity. I don't want to do no more fake unity. That shit has got
Well,
not got black
your safety
people
is
anywhere.
bigger than what they feel like, because this is all about.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm a woman. I feel like I'm a man. And you know what I mean. I don't. I know I need to be safe. It ain't a feeling. That's a fact. We need to be safe. You know, and I think it's
yeah.
just unrealistic for a little girl to go use the bathroom and there's a man in there with a penis and he has his nails painted in, and because it identifies as a woman, he's in the bathroom with a 5-year-old little girl. And I'm gonna go back to what I said last week. I think they're trying to erase gender so that they can have pedophilia and all kind of other shit. I'm gonna say it again. They want to erase gender so they cannot be held accountable for their sick acts. I'm gonna say that it's like they want us to respect their pronouns and respect who they identify, but they can't respect that we don't give a fuck. You got to respect the fact that everybody don't care, and it's not everybody's fight. It'd be like me being upset because a Asian kid is not allowed to participate. That ain't got that. I have a black child that I got my own battles to fight. I can't put all my shit down and then uphold yours. I got rights that we have to be established. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just think it's I don't need. I'm just tired of talking about it. But I wanted to share that with you. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I think the
And it's
message is
not even
getting
like
out.
it's a sport like gymnastics or some shit. You know what I mean? It's not like track and field. You know, if they want to be in their boxing, they want to do basketball, real physical sport, you got to touch people. Like, hell no. Go ahead.
So Godfrey, tell us what's going on with Godfrey, sissy.
Godfrey was just saying he gets a lot of backlash when he says that he loves black women and that black women are the shit. And he gets a lot of backlash from other people and a lot of black people saying, you can't say that. You got to say everybody. You got to say, he said, no, I can say that black women are beautiful and that's my preference. You know, they need to be valued like everybody else. And that's who he loves. And that's who he feels is the most beautiful person on the earth is black women. And, you know, he got a lot of backlash that people say he needs to be stating other nationalities or other ethnicities. So I would just kudos to Godfrey because nobody really says that nowadays or stands up for the black woman in that regard, you know. So I was glad that the brother, you know, said it. It stood on it.
And my thing is, I think we totally forget that in this country, black people that were enslaved were not allowed to love themselves. And I think we forget that
Hmm.
they weren't allowed to be treated as human beings. We were treated like cattle. And I think like we'll be celebrating interracial dating. Girl, white men has always been fucking black women. Who the fuck y'all talking to? Like, who are you talking
That
to?
part.
So my thing is like when someone's only people who get those messagings like that is black people. Nobody tells Asian people you must say all women. They be like, I'm loving Mei Ling. What the fuck? Like that's not even a thought. You know what I mean? Same thing with Hispanics. But it's always it's like the other groups, the immigrants, other so-called people of color, they have joined in with white people to suppress black people. And you can't deny it. Because every time we do something and love it ourselves, they're like, well, why can't I come? Bitch, you got a whole Latino town. You got a whole Asian town. Yo, why are you over here on my shit? We don't have none of that shit. We don't have black banks. We don't
Hmm.
have black supermarkets. We have none of that. Why I gotta
We
always
don't even
consider
have
y'all?
our own language.
Right. I mean, come on, y'all. God damn. Thank you, Godfrey. But this brother is also of Nigerian heritage. He's not an ADOS. He's not a foundational black American. Don't mean he ain't my brother and I don't love him. But I'm saying, damn, he's Nigerian. His parents are
I
from
just
Nigeria.
love the fact. I
I
just
love him
love the
too.
fact that he said he loved black women. Thank you for saying it because I know some Nigerians who treat us just as bad as they do as white people treat us over here. They think they're not cool with us. You know,
Yeah.
some Africans
No,
don't.
I would just
So
say
I
that
just
he was.
appreciate that. No,
Yeah.
he ain't got the same probably bullshit that people got
Yes.
from being over here. I got what you're saying.
Hmm.
Um, Tasha said he loves black women and he will not back down. I appreciate him as well. And they was calling him racist because he was big up on black women. That shit's crazy to me.
And some of them people probably were
That is
black
crazy.
people.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he
Yeah.
said.
It's so apparent that something is wrong with us. But I totally get with that. That's a whole nother conversation when we talk about everybody said diaspora wars is bullshit. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Mm,
Because when you usually see people speaking up on something, maybe it's because we haven't addressed it. Maybe we have to be very honest that there's different types of black people here. I think people coming straight from Africa, even though they got their shit in Africa, but they ain't in Africa. They in the United
that
States.
part.
And how many of them have been a part of our freedom fight? Because y'all just walking through the door, but you wasn't the person kicking the door down. You can go all the way
That
back to Africa and fight your corrupt leaders. That's what you should be doing. But no, you up here helping our enemy build the wall higher, and they pull your black ass out to say, "Well, look at me, dude. You ain't me." That's the point. You more
part.
immigrant than you is ADOS or a foundational Black American.
Very
And
true.
I'm using those terms because I do believe in lineage. I believe in that. You came over here on a
I
ride.
don't know. I don't know if y'all can see the words they pop up, but he said, "I think black women are the shit." You feel me? So fuck you. I I love it. Like no, he's standing on it. I thought that
I do
hey,
too. I
it
really
is
love.
what it is.
First of all, I just really love Godfrey. I think Godfrey's always been like that since I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and he's been the same consistent person.
Hmm.
That's what I love about Godfrey, But I just feel like that one day we're gonna have to figure out how to really have that discussion. Now I know y'all, so we kind of did that little segment and ended with showing Godfrey is a positive black man because we have a lot of them here. But I got
I'm
to.
sorry.
I'm gonna show you this next clip and then you can explain it, Khadijah. Hold on a minute. This is about the
What is
generational
it?
trauma.
Okay, so the Karamo show, which I don't really watch, but this young girl was on here basically telling her mom that she was sexually violated and she wanted to get help and get professional help, and her mom was like, can't deal with that shit. I ain't never dealt with my stuff, and that's what happens. A lot of people get molested. Deal with it, and it was like, damn, like basically telling her heal yourself because I ain't healed. So I can't heal you because I'm not healed. It's like, bitch, but she didn't have to be born, and you clearly put her in a situation where she was, uh, they had access to violate her sexually. So to me, the mom should get her ass whooped because not only are you not taking accountability, but you act like your child is responsible for your childhood trauma. She wasn't even born. So yeah, this is, and I know you always talk about different things that you experience working with your girls, you know, and I work with kids for years, but a lot of times the parents do not want to be held accountable, or they don't want to address the lack of parenting and protecting of their child. And that's what I got from this mama. Good evening, Tina. That's what I got from this mama.
So wow. I'm gonna try to keep this all the way a buck because the simplest thing would be to make the mother be totally responsible. Because usually when you're a mom, you're responsible any goddamn way, right? But I
Hmm.
feel like, first of all, I'm really having a hard time with black men trying to help black women with their problems. I think that's the first time that just don't sit too well with me because black men don't have compassion like that. Like they just don't. I haven't seen many that have compassion like this Karamo dude. That's why I can't watch him because something about him feels very messy to me. And then he wants to act like this is the issue. That dude, this I so wish it was that simple, man. But I also feel like though the mother definitely is wrong in terms of not wanting to help her child, but I also feel like shit, she didn't get what the fuck she needed. She don't even know that that's how you're supposed to react. See, for me, it's kind of like I wished when you were pregnant that you got this book that says, here's how to handle everything that could possibly happen to your ass
Hmm.
as a parent and as a child. Because, some people get the moral compass because maybe their mama had it already. Some people don't get none of the fucking moral compass because none of their families had it. Their mama didn't have it. Their grandmama didn't have it. All they did was produce people. Because when I look at this woman, as she throw her daughter this fucking napkin, I think that's her putting the napkin on the tissue on the thing. I just feel like, God damn, like I just like, damn, how do we get the mom to get some healing? Like, because I could just, ooh, this is such a heavy topic, and I hate it when it
It's
be
a
on his
very
show
heavy
because this
topic.
nigga is such a bitch, huh?
Yeah, I'll say it's a very heavy topic, and I agree with you. But when you become a mother, and everybody, you say
Look,
everybody don't have that moral compass, but when you become a mother, it's like saying, I never had somebody to teach me right, so I'm just gonna teach you wrong. Well, you should be able to give your child what you knew you was lacking. You know what I mean? It'd be like somebody saying, I never had a father figure. Or my dad wasn't around, and you want to be the best father you can be. That, you know what I mean, to your, it was just, she was just so. And I'm not saying
I
she don't
just
have trauma, because you could, this mother is hurt. You can clearly see that she got some shit going on, that she's hurting, and she may not even know how to help her child. That may be bringing up all kind of shit that happened in her past, so it's hard for her to even talk about it. You know what I mean? Because she talk about her violation. It's just, we have to be more compassionate to the children that we bring into the world, because then she gonna have a child and be just as fucking worse if she don't get some help. I feel bad for a grandchild. If there is one, like it's gonna be,
yeah.
it's sad.
Thank you,
And Karam,
Tasha.
I don't even watch your show. I ain't never seen this
Yeah,
show.
I'm just really
Um,
sick
I
of
be,
just bitch ass.
I
I'm not saying
believe,
he's a bitch
yeah,
ass
I ain't
nigga. I
never
don't even
watched.
know the
And
dude.
he came off of reality TV, and he was messy
That's
on
what
that
I
show. I
fucking
can't
he
remember what show
feels
he was
like
on.
it. Yeah, he
He's off
feels
of
like
some
it.
reality. It might be the Real World or some shit like that. I don't know.
He
He's off
feels
of
like
something.
it. He feels
I
like
believe
it.
this is a trauma response because someone in her path said that to her. She
That's my
needs help so
point.
that she can break this for her child. Absolutely, she
All
needs help.
I'm saying is,
What's up,
and thank
cousin?
you, Tasha. Yeah, all I'm saying, Tasha, is sometimes because I'm dealing with a lot of moms, like, I have to do, I was with a mom today on the phone making a call to check in on the kid who had been going to school, and she was telling me what happened. First, she goes like, I can't even speak for myself. I said, take your time, whatever. Then the mom got on the phone, and, she's like, well, thanks so much. My thing is, I feel like we make these assumptions that when you're a mom and you give birth, that somehow you get the magic book of being a mom. I'm saying some motherfuckers, they're not even connected to that shit. They
Well,
do
we
what
know
they
that people flush
seen.
their kids down the toilet, so we know
Right.
that.
I'm saying, but they do
Some
what they
people, just
seen,
just
what
having
they
a
heard.
child don't make
Yeah.
you
And
aware.
I remember talking to an elder in Tennessee. I'm not gonna say her name. We was in this, it was a whole bunch of us, and she was talking about how she was raped, you know what I'm saying, when she was young. And she said her mother told her, look, baby, this man just took some pussy. You're gonna be all right. And I was just like, huh? I didn't do huh to her face, but inside of me, I was like, huh? Because her mother was like, stuff like this happens in life. But I said to
That's
myself,
part of being a woman.
well, damn, yeah. And I said to myself, well, damn. However,
I've heard
if
that.
you live in a culture where people see it that way, when I look at so the daughter in this, when I look at the daughter, she looks like everybody you see on reality TV shows who be acting out their trauma and they drama, whatever the hell we gonna call it this decade. And it's like, well, where do you think we produce these people from? Where do you think they came from? Out the sewer? There's whole communities where they mamas just like her and this girl here. They look like they could be sisters. And so I just feel, and then we have people who want to explore that pain. Like, here, come on my show and make a fool of your goddamn self. How concerned could you be?
Yeah,
Like,
we and
do you
we've
want
had
them
that.
to go
We've
through?
had them type of shows forever. He just the latest to jump on the bandwagon.
Yes,
But
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
we've
And,
had Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Maury Povich.
but not to this degree. Not to
No, no,
this
no. I'm
degree.
saying, like, they
Yeah.
running off the stage with all these fucking paternity tests. We've had it horrible, but our problems have gotten worse. You know what I mean? Stuff like this, would be community. We wouldn't put this on the show. You know what I'm saying? It would be some type of, we don't want nobody to know. Now we're so entrenched in
Right.
trauma and this kind of stuff. We don't give a fuck. They put it on. She's on TV acting a complete ass with her daughter. Her daughter acting a complete ass, and it's for everybody. They think it's like they're gonna go viral or I'm gonna become famous off of this. No dignity, no pride. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, I've known black women whose children were molested by their siblings and things. I work in the JSO program
Yeah.
where the mom would tell their children that's part of being a woman. Being
Yeah.
violated is part of being a woman. So
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
okay.
condoning it.
I
I'm
get
not saying that, oh, give them a pass, but I'm just saying if you know the shit wasn't good for you and you didn't feel good for you, have a little compassion. Like we talk about, I would never go on a fucking show like this. First of all, if I ain't
me
dealt with my
either.
trauma.
Me either.
Mom, I just would not do it. I can share a story that was said to me when this happened to me. I feel for the daughter because she is living in her hurt right out on TV with no protection. Yeah, it's just like even if you at one point in our life, even if we didn't have all the answers, we would be like, I'm sorry that happened to you. You did that. Sometimes people didn't even know their mama was molested or raped and everything. Now people just don't give a fuck. Like, bitch, deal with it. I ain't dealt with mine. Deal with your shit. And she may have
That's
been a
all.
young mother because they do look like close, not too far, maybe,
Yeah.
15, 16 years apart. But it was at one point, even if you never had a mother figure and you was from the foster care and you had a child, you would try a little bit of compassion. Now people just be like, fuck it, deal with it. And that's so our communities, and that's no more. Like you said, it was an elder you spoke to in Tennessee. We barely got fucking elders.
She was way. She like now. She like 90 years old. I'm like, God
Yeah,
damn.
we
But
barely have elders to say stuff to be able to process stuff. You know what I mean, or tell us something different. Yeah, we just barely have. We
and I,
barely
and
even
I
have
feel
elders
like
anymore.
if this dude wanted to be different per se, maybe he should show the part two what happened after they went to counseling. See,
I'm
my
down
thing is
with that.
we know there's a bunch of fucked up people like this. We know
Yep,
that. Look how
exactly.
beautiful they look. Who you think they trying to emulate with their beauty? Let's be honest. Like, what do you think this is about? We want to look the part that we okay, but we so not okay. I could see if he did the part two and it's like, well, we went through a couple of counseling sessions and realized and
Here's the
look back
follow
on
up.
this tape and be like, wow,
Hmm.
first of all, baby, I want to say something. We never do any redemption
Yeah,
qualities like that.
nope.
We just see angry
Mm-mm.
black mama, fucking
And you
angry
know why?
black daughter. She out here
And
doing her
I'm
doing
not.
all the shit. That's why P Diddy can hire sex workers at his party and do the shit he did. Because who values people like this? Who the fuck values them? Let's just be honest.
Yep.
Shit,
And
we
I was
don't
gonna
even
say,
value. I mean, you, but I'm saying in society, we
no, I know what
don't
you're
even
saying.
value
And a
nobody.
lot of times, nobody tells the redemption story or want to tell. Uh, the flip side of what it is because it doesn't get views. People tune into drama and trauma. That's why these fucking
Yeah,
shows be number one. We talk about real shit on here, and people will hear us talking and go past it. But if we was on here, some of our highest rated shows is when we in here, not necessarily having disagreements, but when we kind of going in on
yeah,
somebody talking, we have eight
yeah.
hundred, 900 views. But when we get here talking about shit that really affects our community, our views are very low because people don't tune in. They tune in for drama and trauma and not to be informed and enlightened. That's
Right,
not what the fuck
right.
people are doing. And so that's
Yeah,
why his show, because I never really watch it, but I
me
get
either.
little clips like that. But that's why those kind of shows, that's why uh uh all the Love and Hip Hops and all these reality shows are high ranking, but none of the other stuff, the educational shows and shit we got out and documentaries don't get any views. Because there's no trauma and drama in it. Tasha
Uh,
said, big milestone. So we have no voice for safety and guidance. And then you have a man exploiting us on TV and benefiting from it. Now we wonder why we are the way we are. Yeah, okay. Exactly. America loves mess. Yes, at least they really do. And
yeah,
and in particular, black people. We
yeah.
love drama. We love
We
trauma.
do.
Some of us. We will tune into all this shit and share it and good educational stuff, documentaries, good black love stories, all that kind of
I
support most of the time, or very
Yeah, no, I
little
agree.
support.
I'm telling you, I looked at this girl Khadijah, I'm not be funny, and I'm still listening to all this shit with Diddy. And I'm like, as much as we gonna go in on Diddy, I'm not trying to be funny or what the fuck he did or what I don't know. What makes people go to a party like this is that the rumor's been out for years. Why are people sex workers? Why would you go somewhere they make drug your ass? Why would you go somewhere they make you do all godforsaken shit and then in the middle of the act you want to have a concert like I can't do this? But nigga, you signed. It's like watching a porno and you see them choking a bitch. She knew she was signing up for all that shit. That's a part of the job description, else she wouldn't be doing it. My thing is we don't want to talk about, well, P. Diddy and them is just the
Legendary.
predator part of it.
Well,
There has to
legendary.
be something else in there for you to even have victims. This is not like a crime where they went into your house and kidnapped you and then did. No, you went to the motherfucking place.
Willing participants.
Like,
And I
wait a
think that
minute.
goes back. I think that goes back to greed because all those people that fuck with me thought they was going to get something, either fame, maybe money, around other celebrities. And well, you wasn't going there hoping Diddy was going to be your fairy godfather because everybody know who the fuck he is. So people were going there with
Yes,
an intent to get something from his well. It was like give and take. And I'm not okay and shit he did because he seemed like he's a creep, but.
I
People
agree.
knew who he was when they went. It'd be like hearing about Jeffrey Dahmer and then I go over his house for dinner. Well,
Right.
motherfucker, we knew this man was doing all kind of stuff. But if I think I go over there and I'm gonna rob him or do something, I'm gonna get something from him. I think that's why Diddy has so many victims repeatedly over so many decades. Black people love to hear
Mm,
that someone else's story is worse than theirs. That's why they are tuned in because they say, "Well, I ain't that bad. Look at them." That's why they don't want to see the mirror or address it. I agree. That could be true for some too. I agree. I agree.
yeah, I just feel like this shit. Like I'm not trying to be funny. Let me turn and bring this page back up because I was just sitting here and I was like, okay, like I'm going on to the next story. But as I look at the Karamu dude, now look at the other things that's under this person's foot. Two women violently attacked in California by a homeless man, leaving one in a coma. But then you got these motherfuckers right here. Who is these niggas? Who is this nigga here? Who
Bro,
is this?
I am for.
You know what
I
I'm
am
saying? Like,
48. I
look,
don't even think
just
I'm
look at
supposed
the
to know.
shit. Look at these things. And I'm saying to myself, damn,
Mhm.
this really sells. Because look at the views on these motherfuckers. That's what I'm
That's my
saying.
point I
And I'm
was
like,
making. Yeah,
yeah, I'm backing you up. And so what I'm saying is like, y'all, at some point, like some of this shit we deserve because we set the shit up this way. We set the shit up this way.
what's up,
Hey,
Faye?
fam.
Hmm.
Yeah, we set the shit up this way. So for my thing is, and I swear to God, I'm not
Kim know
able to
who it
speak for
is.
the
She said
mom.
that's Kai.
But what,
Kim know who. Yeah, she said that's Kai. See, I don't. Is he? What is he
okay,
like a
Kai,
vlogger or something or
who the fuck is Kai?
content
Please explain
creator or
that to me.
something?
Yeah.
Who is he, cousin?
Because I'm gonna tell you, when I look at these two women, they could be on Love and Hip Hop. This could be a skit for all I know.
Yeah, shit, they
It
could be in
just
our
don't. I'm
neighborhood.
so yeah. I'm just. They look like the same person. And my
Hmm.
thing is, I really believe that it's hard to change, and changing takes courage. And I don't think
Absolutely, it
people be
takes
having
acknowledgement
courage.
first.
Yeah,
Yep, and it
but you
takes acknowledgement that you need to
gotta have
change
some
something. That is
courage.
so true.
Yeah,
He's a
but
blogger.
they get to be on this show because they got this drama going on. They ain't gonna let them come on like to see what happened afterwards.
Hmm.
Like we never get to see the resolve. We never get to see it. I
I
said, look at these.
agree.
They look like she looked like her 10 years from now.
That part.
Maybe with more
And
clothes on because now
unfortunately,
she's been living a little bit.
I can't stand you. Unfortunately, and what's so sad, in 10 years, if this show's still on there, she may be on there with her daughter. That's the sad part
Yeah.
about it, 'cause they think this shit is okay, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
Sad
I
part.
get you. I think that was a good topic to share. I just sometimes I just look at this shit and be like, man, this don't make no fucking sense. Like I don't even know how to make the shit make sense. I really don't. But on a brighter note, because you know me, girl, I could stay on this shit all motherfucking day because it's so sad in a sense. You know what I mean? It's just
This
really
fool right
sad.
here.
I am excited about the HBCU gymnast winning a national title because I
Yes,
do think
Morgan
Simone
Price.
Biles was able to be Simone Biles because she was kind of like the only one. Like usually back in the day, you went to gymnastics, your mom and them had to invest in you, and you was with a whole bunch of white people. But now seeing a lot of HBCU gymnasts because now they got
Hmm.
gymnastics at their colleges, they getting it in. I think Simone Biles won't be the only black person name we know, kind of like Dominique Dawes. We had
Hmm.
Dominique before Simone Biles, it was Dominique Dawes. But now we may have not just one black girl showing up, it may the whole team may be black at some point. Because these sisters are fierce. Do you hear
It
me?
happened in golf. The HBCU golf, all black female golf took the title. It happened in golf, all black females. So yeah, and that's dope too. But yeah, her name
Big
is
up to
Morgan
this
Price,
sister.
and that's so dope. That is so dope.
Yeah.
And a lot of young black girls can realize that I can do gymnastics. You know what I mean? Because they act like we only can do basketball or volleyball or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, we can do some flips and shit too. We can do all of that. So I think this is
Yes.
super dope.
I want to big up her. I just really want to big her up. I was like, man, this is like really, this is
What's going on,
beautiful.
Sybil Torrance? I'm gonna have to come
But
by and
yeah,
get my pots too. But that's off the side subject. I was gonna call you when I came over here. Okay, go ahead. She made some
so
gumbo for
family,
me to be pot.
I feel like Khadijah, I think we may make our quota, boo boo.
Hey, we
And I
might, we
think that
might,
was
we
all
might.
our stories right there. Unless y'all have anything y'all want to ask us that we haven't covered or was a bit on your mind. I don't. The truth of the matter, I shared it with you earlier when we first started that I don't know how people feel about. Hey, Sybil, I know you said that. I just seen a comment at the bottom. Well, how people are feeling about this war that's going on, and me and you shared earlier that we really not that concerned about it. However, we do live in America, and and we crazy as hell to think this ain't gonna really pull us into it. Because who kids you think is gonna
When I get off of
yeah
this.
who people you think kids is they gonna call into this? Because Hunter Biden ain't going, and Kamala ain't going because she ain't got no goddamn kids. So who do y'all think gonna be out here fighting when the Americans now are starting to pull their troops over there?
That part. Black
And half
Americans
the
like we
soldiers can't
always
even
are.
get home loans here, huh?
That part. I said the Black Americans like they always are. But before we hop off of here, I do want to acknowledge something that happened. We're always talking about black femicide on here. There were two young black girls who lost their lives earlier this week at Arden up off of Arden and Howe, who was killed by a male, and then he killed himself at Arden Mall when he was approached by the police. Um, for me, every time I hear it, it's just the lack of, I don't even know the word. The way they just don't give a fuck about black women's lives for him to just shoot them down dead, um, and then be a coward and kill himself. Like this shit is crazy. Like just talk to. I don't even know the circumstances. I heard. I'm not even going to say allegedly. I'm just going to leave it alone. But the fact that he felt it was okay to kill two black women and then go on in the store and buy a phone. That's where they caught him at a phone store in Art Mall. Waited for him to come
One of
out,
the victims
and
right
then
there.
they approached his car and he shot and killed himself. Um, but my, regardless of the what kind of lives the ladies lived or what kind of lives they didn't live or whatever they were in, doesn't give anybody the right to shoot them down and kill them. And the way black men are killing black women, this shit is out of control. And a young girl I know since she was a kid, that was the guy was her best friend, and she, been posting stuff on Facebook about it, And I would just say, have a heart for the people who lost their lives, even if it's your best friend. He took two lives. So it's okay to mourn, but have some compassion for other people. Because I
I
know if
wonder if
my
this
people was
black
murdered
woman.
and then you bigged up somebody, I'd be ready to fuck you up. I'm just being straight up. If you was, if somebody unalive my children or unalive my family members, and then you want to hear talking about how great a person they are, I probably want to see you. So we have lacked compassion. We just don't care about black women's lives, and it's really, really, this story was really sad to me. Really sad.
Wow, this is deep. I also feel like Khadijah that maybe inside of ourselves, um, we have forgotten. How I'll say this. I feel like I'm glad you are taking time to give her this message. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really tired of dumb motherfuckers. I'm really tired of people because to me, you know, I talk about like you're a mother, you should know. Well, she's a woman, she should know, but she's not thinking about it like that because all she could think is about her friend who she knew had problems. And I don't know if somebody came and seen the little sister did, we be talking about it on this show because ain't nobody gonna give a fuck.
Yeah.
If she lose her life, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about her losing her goddamn life. Not nobody. Sisters, I'm going to talk about real quick the mother and daughter Precious Pearls. Invite you to join our 6 year old Mother Day celebration. Please come out May 11th, and there's the information there. Registration and tickets required 916-426-2766 at 11 a.m. So please, I want to big this up.
Precious pearls.
Precious Pearls.
Yes.
Sorry, I was not
Mothers
going to
and
let you get in.
daughters.
So, yeah. So I thank
Love
you,
it. Yeah.
Khadijah, for the person said the story goes back to black people loving drama. The person who posted this lifeless body laying on the ground. This, oh my God, somebody posted that?
That is so disrespectful. Like it's just that is so disrespectful. And it's like a lack of empathy. Like what the is I could never do that. I could never. Praying for the two ladies who lost their lives, praying for their family and friends. Absolutely. Like this just
Yeah.
I don't
People
know. It
immediately
just brings
started
tears to
assassinate
my eyes sometimes because it
their
don't make no
characters. That's
sense.
what got me. Yeah. Immediately we want to assassinate their characters. Like I don't even know these two little sisters, but
That's why I said I don't know what
you don't
they
respect
did. I
their
don't.
life.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Yeah,
You don't
I
respect
said
their
the
life
same thing. I don't.
and act like
I don't. Yeah,
when he was dealing with issues. I don't give a fuck what he was dealing with. I hope his
we
ass is
all
dealing with
dealing
the
with
devil in
issues.
his ass right now. That's what I hope
And
he's
my
doing.
thing, if you dealing with issues, take yourself out because that's just you. That's you and your issues. Don't. This is just sad. This is just. And I heard one of them was a mother. So that's like now that's a child without a mother. Like so
Wow.
this is just. It's just too much. And I see people, you know, acting like he was the victim here when he took two lives. Like that's fucking crazy to me. He's not a victim here. He's a
And then when
victimizer.
all of a sudden
He's a
she a
murderer.
victim, then all of a sudden we got to be worrying about her ass. You see what I'm saying? That's how the
And
universe works. So
and
be
Tanya,
careful.
we okay. And Tanya, Tanya, we do want you on this show to talk about what you do because with all these deaths, unfortunately, we may see some GoFundMe's going up because people never think their day is coming. People never think, you know. your family have to plan your funeral. You know what I mean? So insurance is important. So we got to make sure we bring you on time to talk about it a little bit because it's just you never know the day and hour that you're not going to be here. So
Ain't
my
that the truth?
condolences to the ones that lost their lives. Um, yeah,
Yeah. So
that's it.
just real quick, just going over we got the summit coming up on the 27th of
Upcoming
this year.
events.
Yep. So basically scam. You could also find this information on our pages. Please, please, please bring your young people. I'm trying to throw them all up real quick at these because I gotta do a little bit
Go
at a
ahead. Go ahead.
time.
Go ahead.
Then we got Timothy Wongons for young men, May 4th. Please, please, please. You got the young little brothers. Tim Pool is one. I don't refer a lot of young brothers and their mamas and
Me
stuff to
either.
programs, but his is the bomb. I love Brother Timmy calling him day and night. He really be about helping young brothers.
Hmm.
And then also, I'm trying to get to them all. I love that we have a lot of things going on in our community. I absolutely love it. Then we got this husband and wife doing their kicks for kids.
They're not husband and wife.
Oh,
They're best friends.
oh, best friend, sorry.
That's
Thanks for clearing.
okay.
So we got that going on. And I love the work that they do. So I love that. So support them. We're trying at the beginning and end of each show because I really believe that we got to have some more resolve. You know what I mean? And then also, Brother Michael Benjamin is running for the school board. And so if y'all don't know who he is, tap in with the brother because we do need representation and not just when your kid get his ass in trouble or her ass in trouble. We need to be more
That part.
active on that school board. You know what I'm saying? So um
I
the
just
agency
seen
of the
what it means to
summit.
be a messenger too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Um okay, it just came up. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Oh my god. Sorry. I hate when a sneeze come out like that. So anyway,
That's all right.
the ages I know for the summit, I think is what 13 to 18 or something like that for the girls, and I think it may be something like that with the boys as well. But these are really, really, really good things. Um, okay, what they need help? Men really need help. I mean, yes, I agree with that, sis. Tasha said, "Can
Can we start a double Dutch club in Sac? I saw this on the podcast today and thought this would be perfect for us. I
I
could
can
turn.
double
I'm gonna
dutch?"
tell y'all gonna laugh. I never could jump double Dutch. I can turn double Dutch and I can do the Irish, which is supposed to be out. Londa used to get down. I have to start the middle and then start up. Tasha, I'm down with it though. I'm down. I'm down to try it again.
Yes, I'm so down with it. And that's about it for all. Oh wait, I got one more announcement. If I can pull it up, let
You
me see if
got
I
your
can get
eights,
to it
yeah.
real quick. I'm gonna see if I can get to
You
it real
got yeah. I
quick. Pray
posted
for
to
me.
your
Hold on, let
messenger,
me see.
and
I'm trying to
you
move
got
as
this
fast
way.
as I
You got
can.
this.
And I put the young
You
men
got
summing up
this.
right. Okay, I gotta close certain stuff so I can see what the hell I'm doing.
Hmm.
Okay, but I like all this stuff. Precious pearls. We got all kind of stuff, man. Like I just love it. I just really, really love it. So I just feel like we got stuff going on in our communities. To be honest with you.
It's all about where you
And then
vibrating at.
finally, huh?
And I just sent you that. We also still want people to take the reparations survey. I just sent you that too. Not like, don't you get just
Okay,
a
hold on.
QR code. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. This
Yeah,
thing
it's
is
a lot
tripping.
going on in our community for um men, for girls, for women, for black boys. It's a lot going on. I know Sister Angie, Brother Wangon's wife, holds a women's circle on Thursday
Yeah.
nights. You just to gather to talk because black women have stuff we just want to talk about and discuss amongst ourselves. So they have that every Thursday, I believe 6 or 6:30. I'm not really sure. At
Right
2251 in the Obama room. So that's a good thing.
That's great. At least ain't on the side where there's a church. Because you can't have shit on my side of the room because they be in there praising the Lord like they the only people in the damn building. And I'm like, I don't know how you have
Don't
a
you
church in a
start.
business building anyway, but okay. And then at Burbank, we have the What It Means to Be 18 on May 3rd. So, and this to me is really important because a lot of our kids turn 18 and they don't have ID, they don't have social security card, they don't know nothing about
Pause.
credit, they don't know shit. So that's why we come up with this. You got to get out in the world and know you have rights. Why should you vote? What does all these measure
And
means?
what it means to be 18, is that for male and females?
Yes, anybody can go to that.
Okay. Okay, so it's want
Anybody.
everybody to know. 'Cause I know a lot of times this, yeah. So this is male or females.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm telling y'all just got to check it all out. All right,
Mhm.
sis. I think that we've come to the end.
We have. We thank y'all for tuning in for another Sunday Sitting with Sisters. Um, hope y'all have
Something.
a great week and don't forget to do something special for yourself on purpose because you deserve it. I holla
We
y'all.